Hi everyone, I'm Danielle from bookhorrorblog.com and this is my weekly haul. I went to this really awesome music festival this weekend called Warped Tour. If you've never heard of it, it's a bunch of bands that play outside and it lasts all day from like 11 to 8 or 9 at night. That's why I'm so red. I got like a sunburn to end all sunburns. I'm albino. This is crazy for me to even be in the sun. This is like with SPF 60 applied multiple times. It was like 102 degrees out. It was crazy hot, but it was worth it. And now I got a little color to my pasty pale body. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my haul this week. I got a small haul, which is awesome because I'm way behind in my reading. I'm going to start off with my e-copies. The first e-copy that I got is a book called Sweet Release by Pamela Clare, and it's a historical romance. And I got it from that booklending.com. I'm really standing behind this site. I think it's really awesome. I think it's a really good way to meet new people. I actually met somebody new. Her name was Shannon, and she needed help. And so she sent me a little email just asking me like how to download the borrowed books. And voila, I met somebody new. And it's always nice to bond with people over books, which is probably why I blog about books. So my next book, I got it from thriftbooks.com, and it's called Wicked Intentions by Elizabeth Hoyt. I want you guys to take a look. You see how right there on the cover it says Book 1. Can you see it? Book 1 in the series. Authors should really do this. It drives me crazy when there's no listing of the order of books in a series, and I'm so OCD I have to read them in order. It makes me crazy. So I bought this series strictly because it's listed on the cover, and I can appreciate that. And the series is really taking off. I mean, it's not just because it's listed. I buy plenty of books that aren't listed, but I definitely prefer it now. My next book that I purchased was also from the same online used bookstore, and they actually cut me a deal. If you order two books from the same location, because you get to pick your location from where you order, and I usually order from Michigan because it's the closest to me. Every so often an Atlanta one will have a book that I'm looking for, but Michigan really has a majority of the books I'm looking for. So they cut you like, 50 cents off, which is great because you're really only paying half price anyway. So, I mean, I'm willing to save wherever. And it's Sabrina Jeffries to Wed a Wild Lord. And this is book 4, I think, in the Hellions of Halstead Hall series. And I'm on book 3 right now, and I just decided I did not want to wait for the next book because I really love this series. It's really witty tale, and each sibling has to marry or they will not get their inheritance. Their grandmother is going to cut them off, and none of them want to marry, and I really love it. Just the stories are amazing. Sabrina Jeffries has really made it to the top of my list on authors I have to read because I just love her stories so much. Those Hellions, I cannot get enough of them. If you haven't started that series, you should definitely pick it up if you're a historical fan. You won't be disappointed. The next book that I got was actually from my husband. He let me borrow it. He's not letting me keep it. It's The Walking Dead. It's the graphic novels, and I'm really into the show. I'm a super fan of zombies anyway. So The Walking Dead, I'm in love with Rick Grimes, of course. Who isn't? And Dale. And so my husband thinks it's a really good idea for me to check out the graphic novel. He's a book pusher. So I think I'm definitely going to check it out because I'm so in love with the show. I thought it'd be cool if I reviewed like one of these a week. I bet because I'm so used to novels, I could blow right through like one book. Who knows, though? I might get involved in the pictures and my ADD kick in. Okay, so that's it for my books. Now I'm going to talk about my blog. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I want to say something. There is a little boy named Jake who watches this vlog every week with his mom. And I don't know if you guys saw last week, but my cat was not in the video. Of course, there she is. Somewhere back there. Wait, where'd she go? There she is. Okay, So last week she wasn't in the video and Jake asked his mom, Mom, where's Cat? So I just want to say hello to Jake and thanks for watching every week. And now I'm going to talk about the blog. The first thing that I had on the blog was a review of a book called Chasing Mason. It's a book review by Stacy Joy Netzel. She's an awesome author. She has this way of writing a really good romance that just takes you by surprise. Every time I've read one of her books, I've been taken completely by surprise. And Chasing Mason wasn't a very long book, and I actually ended up purchasing it. I got a review copy, but I love the book so much that I ended up purchasing it, so that tells you something. When you like a book that much, you'll buy it anyway. And the next thing I had on the blog was Let's Talk. It's about the man behind the girl behind the blog, and it's about my husband because he's super supportive of my blog and my reading addiction. And I mean, obviously, really, he let me borrow this mammoth of a book and he trusts me with it. No, but he tolerates so much with this reading. I think the most, crap I ever get is he'll pick on me about the guys on my cover, but even then he's supportive. He doesn't mind that I'm, addicted to cheesy romances and that I weekly obsess over fictional characters. He's all for it, and he doesn't, mind that I spend a bunch of time blogging. He actually is for it, and he'll actually push me, like keep me going when I don't want to blog, or maybe I'm tired, I don't want to write a review and I'm being lazy. He'll tell me to get to work. I think I've almost got him talked into checking my emails because I'm so tired of emails. So if I get that, that's an accomplishment. But other than that, he's just super supportive. And if I want a book, I mean, he goes above and beyond to make sure that I have the book that I want, which is every week. Like every week I go to him and I'm like, so there's this book I want, and he's like, oh, here we go again. But he always makes sure that I have it. If it means like sending me to the store with money, go get your book, or him taking me to the store to go get it, or if I'm like, oh, I kind of want this, he'll push me, get it, go ahead, get it. You know you want to get it. And if he didn't do that to me, sometimes I probably wouldn't buy the book. So I'm really lucky. And I love reading you guys' answers. Like, I love hearing about your support system. Without a support system, it's almost like everything you do is for naught. Like, it doesn't really matter if you don't have somebody behind you just kind of backing you up. And it could be anybody. It could be your children or your mother or, your father. But for me, it's my husband. So that's all. I did have a book boyfriend this week, but it's probably going to be the last week that I participate in book boyfriend because of that whole blogger getting sued over the pictures she was using on her blog. It's crazy. I can't believe somebody would actually do that. People will sue over anything now. So it's kind of not fun without the pictures. So I think I'm going to go back to Wishlist Wednesday, which is still a fun Mimi, and I'll participate in that just to kind of avoid everything until it dies down and we can really figure out a way that we are allowed to be using these pictures. And I hope you have a great week. Load it with lots of reading. Mine will be loaded with lots of aloe. My scalp is burnt. My scalp is on fire. You guys enjoy your week.